Hi, hope you had a great day. You're watching JG Entertainment, and for this video, I'm gonna be going over Puss in the Boots: The Last Wish third weekend drop, and it's actually really good. So I'm gonna go into all of that, and it's domestic box office now. How is it tracking? Where is it gonna get to? And how good it's actually holding. So yeah, I'm gonna go into all that. So it's international box office, which is super big. Like you definitely want to wait for this, and definitely want to be looking at it. As well as the worldwide box office and the PVOD release that it just had, as it just dropped for able to rental or for you to be able to buy it. So I'm gonna be going over has it been a hit there? Has it not been a hit? I'm gonna go over all of that in this video, and you're definitely gonna want to watch the whole video. It's actually really informative. I really put this video together really well. I think you're really gonna love it. So yeah, let's just get started. And starting with it, we're gonna go over the domestic box office. And the movie only had a 19.5% drop for its third weekend, which is insane. Only 19.5% drop. This means that the movie made $13.5 million for its third weekend, which is really, really nice. This is actually bigger than its opening weekend, where for the movie, it opened with only $12.4 million. So the third weekend is actually bigger than the opening weekend, which is insane. So that just goes to show you that the movie is really holding really strong things to its word of mouth. But then after that, it made $1.1 million just this past Monday, which is really, really good. In fact, this is bigger than Sync 2's earnings from its third weekend and its second Monday back last year, which is really insane because this movie came out the exact same date just last year. And it's actually starting to make more money than Sync 2, which is interesting because this whole time it's always made less, but now it's actually doing better just this past third weekend and the second Monday. So Sync 2 made less money for its third weekend and its second Monday. So that's really good. That means the movie is pulling ahead, which is really awesome. So yeah, keep that in mind. That's really, really good. Now, Sync 2 did go on to make $162.8 million domestically, which is awesome. That's really, really good. However, this movie is still currently behind Sync 2 by $20 million, which is still like a pretty nice margin. Not super big. It's not impossible to reach, but it is a pretty good margin. But like I said, it has started to gross more money. Just judging by this past weekend and its daily number recently, and we'll see if it can keep it up with just this week, and I'll definitely have that video for you next week. But it definitely seems like it's going to keep it up, so that's really good. That means that the movie has started to gross more money, and it can definitely catch up now that it's grossing more money. Now, the movie is very much mirroring The Greatest Showman's box office. Why do I say this? Well, The Greatest Showman made $1.4 million for its second Monday, which is very, very close to what this movie made. So that's pretty good. And of course, Greatest Showman opened super small, but it just made an insane amount of money thanks to its amazing word of mouth, and it just had amazing holds. That's basically what this movie's doing. This movie opened super small, but it's doing so good thanks to its insane holds. So that's why I mean it. Now, Puss in Boots 2, or Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, stands $11.1 million ahead of The Greatest Showman at this exact point. Now, The Greatest Showman did go on to make $174.3 million domestically, thanks to, once again, its amazing word of mouth. So just keep that in mind. We're just trying to pinpoint where this movie is going to land for its domestic total, and it seems like it's going to land really on the strong side, just judging by these two comparisons. Now, the movie is definitely going to surpass the original domestic total at $149.3 million, which is really, really good. That means that the franchise has definitely grown, and that means the word of mouth for this one was definitely stronger. It's not going to pass it on its total box office just because back then it made so much money worldwide, which I'm going to be going that, or internationally, which I'm going to go on that a little bit. But domestically, it seems like it's definitely going to surpass it, which is super, super awesome. Now, the domestic total right now, currently at this exact moment, stands at $89.3 million. So clearly, you see that it's not even close to 170 or 160 or even 140. But it's definitely going to get there just because it's having amazing legs, and it's definitely going to happen. Just trust me, it's definitely going to happen. So that's really, really good. And right now, domestically, that's what its total run was. Like back when the movie first came out and it opened, the total run was like, oh, it's probably going to get between like 60 to 80 million, and guess what, it's already at 89 million. So that's really, really awesome. Now, the current estimation for its total domestic box office stands at between 140 to 170 million. Once again, thanks to the comparisons that I just gave you with Sync 2 and The Greatest Showman, and because it has been starting to gross more money than Sync 2, I definitely think that it can make more than Sync 2, and it might land just a little bit under The Greatest Showman, which would be super awesome. So I would guess that the movie will make around 170 million. So yeah, keep that in mind, which is really, really good. Now, this is really interesting because just last weekend, whenever I did my video for how we did last weekend for second weekend, the movie was estimated to hit 110 to 135 million dollars for its domestic total, and clearly it's already way past that. I mean, it's definitely going to make a lot more beyond that. And this was really because of the great word of mouth. The great word of mouth had definitely started to kick in, and now audiences are like, you know what? Maybe this movie is good. Maybe we should go give it a shot. And then when they go see it, they're like, oh my god, this movie was good. And then they spread the word of mouth, and people just start wanting to watch it, which is awesome. And you can see that by the cinema score. The cinema score is an A, which is awesome. If you have an A cinema score, that means the audience absolutely loved your movie. Like, it's really good. The only thing higher than that is an A plus, and that's like super hard to get. So yeah, A is super awesome. Then a 97 on the critic side for Rotten Tomatoes, so also really strong, and 95% for the audience side in Rotten Tomatoes, so also really strong. So as you can see, it's all really strong, and the word of mouth is just insane for this movie. So that's super awesome. I'm just glad that the movie, its word of mouth has finally started to kick in, because its opening weekend, it looked like it's gonna be a flop. Now it definitely looks like it's gonna be a hit, and like it's gonna be the greatest showman of the pandemic era, and it's animated, so that's even cooler. So yeah, that's really awesome. Now, moving on to the international side of the box office. The movie opened in 6 new markets, which is really awesome, and that included Brazil, Poland, Korea, and Argentina. So that's really awesome. There's 2 other markets, but those are smaller markets. These were like the bigger markets, and definitely gave the movie a boost. Why did I say that? Well, the movie made $25.9 million this weekend internationally, which is really strong for this movie. In fact, it went up 15.1% from last weekend, so that's good. It's still going up internationally, which is so awesome. Like the fact that it still keeps going up. The word of mouth also kicked in internationally, which is really good. The movie even grew in Germany by 18% to now beating Encanto's total gross in that market. So it already beat Encanto's total gross in Germany, and it's going up still. So that means that the movie is definitely going to make a lot more money than Encanto, and that's really awesome. And that means that the movie is definitely generating the great word of mouth internationally in different markets, and different markets are definitely supporting it, which is super awesome. So that means that this really does give this movie a lot more potential to grow on this box office internationally. Now, the international total right now is at $112.3 million. And that's a nice, respectable international total after its 3rd weekend, but it's not the strongest. But like I say, it's still going up, which is good, because it's still going up, which means that the international total at the end could be a lot bigger, which is great. Now, it's worth noting that the movie already beat Lightyear's $108.1 million international total, which is really nice. So just have that in your feather that they already beat Lightyear, and it's definitely about to beat Lightyear's total gross of the box office wise. So that's really awesome. So that means that the movie will become the biggest animated movie of 2022, box office speaking wise, and that's really awesome for this movie. So that's just a great thing to just have that in its feather. And the movie is also ahead of Sing 2 at the exact same point internationally, and Sing 2 ended up making $245.6 million internationally. So as you can see, the movie is definitely about, like, I think it's definitely going to double what it has right now, which is super awesome, and make even more than that. Like I said, it's ahead of Sing 2, and the movie made $245 million. So this movie can definitely make more than that, which is super strong, and that means that the movie is definitely going to grow so much more, which is so awesome, because like I said, it looked like it was going to be a flop for so long, and it's finally starting to look and turn around like it's actually going to be a really nice hit. And the movie hasn't even opened in all the markets yet. Why do I say this? Well, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish will hit the UK on February 3rd and Japan on March 17th. So expect a huge boost, especially from the UK. So expect a huge boost from there, which is definitely going to push the international total forward. And that's insane, because if it's already ahead of Sing 2's international total, can you imagine whenever it finally has the full markets open? So yeah, that's just really good. So the box office is definitely going to get a lot bigger. And so this brings me to the worldwide total. And the movie right now stands as its full-on total at $201.5 million. And it's broken down between 44% domestic and 55.7% internationally. So there's that split. The first movie had a way more uneven split. The first movie had like in the high 80s internationally, and like 20% domestic. So that just goes to show you, like, it's very different here. So that's really interesting, and that's just because the domestic total has been doing so well. So that's really good. Now, the movie's definitely going to cross $300 million for sure. Now, the question is, how much can it do after that? My guess is that if it keeps holding like that, the movie could definitely cross 400 million, which could be really good for this movie. Like, it could possibly even beat Sing 2's full domestic, full worldwide gross, which would be awesome. It is pulling ahead internationally, and it is still behind domestically, but it could catch up because of its amazing holds, and it's holding stronger than Sing 2. So that's the very interesting question. Could it hit 400 million? If it hits 400 million, that would just be insane, especially since the movie only had a $90 million budget. This movie would be so profitable and make so much money, which would be really nice and so awesome. And it would definitely keep the franchise going of Shrek 5. Obviously, you saw that teased at the end of the movie. And I definitely think that if this movie hits 400 million, that movie is inevitably gonna come. And Puss in Boots is gonna be a big part of Shrek 5 if this movie ends up costing 400 million. Now, all these strongholds honestly came to a huge surprise because the movie had its digital release this past Friday, January 6th, after 17 days of being released. So that's just insane. Nobody expected the movie to hold that well because it came out digitally, and I was like, oh, it's probably gonna drop, but it still held really awesome. So all these holds have been really surprising. Now, the movie right now is available to buy for $29.99 to buy and $24.99 to rent. So that's really interesting. So you just had like a comparison of prices, and I think that just pushes some moviegoers that didn't want to go see it in theaters to see it at home, and this once again spreads the word of mouth. So that's really awesome. But the reason why I don't think this affected that much the holds, theoretically speaking, is because the price is still really high. However, this does not mean that it stopped people from buying it, because currently this movie, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, is #1 in the charts on all PVOD, which stands for Premium Video on Demand, platforms such as iTunes and Vudu. So that's really awesome. The fact that it's #1 in all the charts, I mean, it's just really awesome for this movie. So it's pulling ahead on like digital release and pulling ahead in the box office, which is just awesome. So it's really just proven out to be a huge hit, just thanks to the word of mouth, and it's getting a lot of nominations. Yesterday for the Golden Globes, it didn't win Best Animated Movie. It lost to Pinocchio, but it just got nominated again for the SAG Awards and so on. So we'll see. I do think that it might take at least one award, which would be super awesome. And so yeah, once again, I'm just going to go over the missing legs that this movie still can have, because there's no basically new family movies coming up anytime soon. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantamania won't open until February 17, which is still over a month away, so at least it still has a whole month to make as much money as it possibly can. And there's no new animated movie until April 7th with the Marvel movie, so the movie still has so much time to gain money, and I definitely think that it's just going to be so awesome. And like I made the comparison earlier, it truly looks like it's going to be the greatest showman of the pandemic era, and it's even cooler because it's animated. So yeah, that's just really awesome. And so yeah, that's my box office breakdown for Puss in the Boots: The Last Wish. Tell me what you think about it down in the comments. Are you happy that this movie is finally proving itself to be a hit? Are you not happy that it's proving itself to be a hit? Are you happy that it came out in digital release? Did you buy it on digital release, or did you go see it in theaters? I'm very curious. Tell me that down in the comments. Or did you do both? I'm very curious as well. As well as please leave a like and enjoy this video. It'll be very helpful. It really helps out the video, and I really did put a lot of effort into this video. So please leave a like if you can, and subscribe for more content. And keep covering the box office of this movie week through week. So subscribe if you're interested on that, and a lot of more videos on movies, shows, all that type of stuff. Subscribe for all that content. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And this is J Entertainment out.